My name is Dr. Medha Durge and I have been practicing homeopathy for the last 32 years. In this video, I'm going to talk about a very common skin complaint that a homeopath encounters, and that is psoriasis. Now, if you Google psoriasis, you will get all these write-ups saying that psoriasis has no cure and you have to bear with it, and there is no treatment for it, and all these things which make people very anxious. Now, yeah, in some form of medicines, maybe they do not have good solutions for psoriasis, but not so in homeopathy. Homeopathy has wonderful medicines to treat psoriasis, and I would recommend people to go for homeopathy and treat their psoriasis. Now, another reason that we find that people hesitate to come because it's a long treatment. In homeopathy, if you come early, if you come with the first patch that comes up, then the treatment is not very long. It can be a short treatment, it can be a good treatment, it can be a permanent treatment. But if the patient comes a little late, when multiple patches are there, they've been there for many years, they've probably taken steroids for it, then yes, it becomes a little bit of a tedious and a prolonged homeopathic treatment. Psoriasis affects people mostly in particular regions of the body, that is the knees or the elbows or maybe the fingers. These are the classical areas of psoriasis. They appear as pale patches initially, and then there is scaling, a sort of a powdery stuff that keeps on falling. Sometimes there is a crust layer formation, or they crack very badly during winter. Often they are painful or they bleed also, especially in winter. These are the presentations that psoriasis exhibits. Of course, the patch does look a little different in the initial phases and looks a little different in the later phases. But they are all the journey of psoriasis itself. In some people, psoriasis also affects as what is called psoriatic arthritis. The joints are also involved. It's a pretty much painful condition sometimes, and there is swelling of the joints, pain of the joints, and along with it you will get the psoriasis patches. So this, you have to treat the joint as well as the skin both together. So we often ask the question that what is this psoriasis and why does it happen? What is the organism? Actually, very less is understood of the mechanism of psoriasis as to why it occurs. We only know that the cells get formed too rapidly due to some reason than normal, and that's why the scaling and everything takes place. They say that there is a change in the immune system of our body. Sometimes there is a streptococcal infection, after which the immune system changes and gives rise to this type of often frequent formation of cells. Also, there is one more condition which triggers or which precipitates psoriasis, is any type of trauma. Most of the time it is an emotional trauma, or a loss of a dear one, or very trying circumstances that precipitates psoriasis. But what exactly happens, or why exactly it exhibits, why doesn't it exhibit in some other people, why only a few people? These are the questions that have not been answered because it is not a really well understood disease. In homeopathy, we can treat psoriasis in its acute form sometimes, when it cracks and bleeds and there's a lot of pain. There are wonderful medicines for an acute state of psoriasis. After that, homeopathy can give you deeper medicines due to which you can get better relief. Yes, a long time is required for you to completely get rid of it, especially if your psoriasis has been old. or is there for many years, like 10 years, 15 years is pretty much common. These cases come to us during that time or as a last resort to try homeopathy. But even then, I should say that homeopathy completely cures it. And we have a lot of cases here where we have been observing them for a long time and the patches have not come back. If at all the patches do come back, they come back after a long. Like I had a girl of 9-year-old in whom we had treated the patch very effectively, and around I think around 40s, when there was a lot of stress in her life, the patches did come up again, and we treated it for about a week or two and it completely went off. That is how it can be. So homeopathy is very effective for psoriasis, and you will find most of the doctors or on their websites you will see these pictures of psoriasis. Thank you.